Hello, Tony Barada here. I wanted to talk to you about car insurance and the importance of it to a person who suffers a traumatic brain injury. You know, when we're out on our roads, driving our cars, we can't control the conduct of somebody else, but we can protect ourselves if we buy adequate insurance coverage. When you buy auto insurance, you're also protecting your medical bills and you're protecting yourself from the consequences of a lifetime of income loss or other devastating consequences. Let me tell you the story of a young man who was T-boned driving his fiancee home from going to the movies by a drunk driver. It turned out that the drunk driver had minimal insurance coverage, and the bar that he had been drinking at had no liquor liability insurance. This young man suffered a traumatic brain injury, and he, as a result, lost his fiancée. He lost the home that he and she were buying at the time. And ultimately, many years later, due to his Great Depression, he took his own life tragically. It's one of the cases that haunts me to this day. This could have been different if he had purchased the right amount of auto insurance coverage. First of all, the first key thing to think about when you buy auto insurance is what is your medical coverage. In Pennsylvania, to drive legally, you only have to buy $5,000 in medical coverage, but that is not enough. An ambulance ride to the hospital and an MRI study is going to cost more than $5,000. You can buy in Pennsylvania up to $1 million in insurance to pay for your medical expenses, and it doesn't cost that much. It's something that everyone should explore and be pay a lot of attention to when you buy your auto insurance. The second thing to pay attention to is the underinsured motorist coverage, because you only need $15,000 in coverage in Pennsylvania to be a legal driver. That means that someone could be drunk and cross the center line of the road and smash head into you and have only $15,000 in coverage. So in order to get full and fair compensation for the significant injuries that drunk driver who crossed the center line of the road caused, you should have underinsured motorist coverage and buy as much of the underinsured motorist coverage as you possibly can. Now, you can't have more underinsured motorist coverage than you have in liability coverage, so your liability coverage should be high, not because you're concerned about hurting somebody else or keeping your house. You're concerned about being hurt by some other reckless person, and you need to have sufficient underinsured motorist coverage. Then the third insurance coverage that you need to make sure you have is that you stack your underinsured motorist coverage. By stacking, that means that if you have 4 vehicles in your house and you've purchased $300,000 in underinsured motorist coverage because you have $300,000 in liability coverage, you can multiply that underinsured motorist coverage by 4. That means now you have $1.2 million in underinsured motorist coverage to protect you because you stacked. My name is Tony Barada, and I hope this discussion has been helpful to you. Thank you.